Right, what up? What's popping? What's going on? What's the deal? What is good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? All right, let me make sure I got everything streaming right and all that shit. I swear, every time I start this, the stream be going mad weird on my end. But, so I don't know if it's streaming right. But we going to make it happen. But anyway. So what's good, people? What's popping? Today I'm going to be talking about 5 things you do when attracting women that show you have low self-esteem. You feel what I'm saying? Everything's all good. Everything's popping. AJ206, Tater Flaps was popping. What's going on? So remember, guys, make sure you guys get this shirt. I'd rather thrive than survive. #hustle. Make sure you go to normalbrands.com. That's normal brands with a Z. Make sure you get that. The link will be below. So make sure you guys get that shit popping. You feel what I'm saying? So today I'm going to be talking about, some things you're doing that show you have low self-esteem, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean that when you're talking to the girl, she's going to know automatically that you have low self-esteem, but it's going to come out at some point. You feel what I'm saying? At some point, your low self-esteem is going to show to her, but it's more so to let you know that your self-esteem is low, which is why you're doing certain things. You feel what I'm saying? Because I hear certain things, when it comes to this game. A lot of stuff I read on message boards on the internet, some videos I watch, certain shit that, that people be doing and all this other stuff. And so I wanted to really, dive deep into you understanding that when it comes to you in a game, there's a strategy to this shit. What up, Ellie George? D Weez was popping. There's a strategy to, making things happen. So the game basically is your strategy of how you make shit happen. So, but based off of your strategy is going to show you, where your self-esteem is at. It's going to show you where your confidence is at. You understand what I'm saying? What up, Speedy Gonzalez, Sean the Goat, Stutters the Pimp was popping. So the thing is, I wanted to, go through this list of things. I got, 5 things here. This is in no order of importance. Oh yeah, before I get into all that, make sure you guys get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, hard copy, and audiobook. Make sure you click the link below to get your copy of this book today. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get your copy. You get the ebook, audiobook, or the hard copy. So we got all formats. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't like to read, you can get the audiobook. If you like to read, you can get the ebook or the hard copy. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to talk about what up V Zion Miles is popping. These signs that you might have some low self-esteem when you're trying to holler at chicks, right? When you're trying to make shit happen. So the first thing I have on this list is you try to act like you don't like the chick. Okay, I'm gonna break all this down. So if you're trying to interact with a chick and you're trying to act like you don't like the girl, that means you have low self-esteem. All right? So you not liking the girl is anything like, you're talking to her and let's say, pickup artists do this thing where they call negging, where you try to make fun of her or tease her or some shit, or, people talking about no validation. You feel what I'm saying? So that type of stuff is low self-esteem shit. Now, the reason why it's low self-esteem stuff is because the reason why you're trying to act like you don't like the chick is because you think acting like you don't like her is going to make her like you. Right? So you want her to like you, so you're doing this in order to get her to like you. Right? So you want her to, so the thought process is, well, if I pretend I don't like her, then maybe I come across as a challenge, and then therefore, since I'm a challenge, then she's going to want to fuck with me. Right? But see, the thing is that when it comes to you dealing with a woman, the best course of action actually is for her to know that you're interested. You understand? Because if she knows you're interested, then what's going to happen is you're going to see how she reacts to you being interested. Because this is the thing, and the thing that I try to teach you guys is about having a high self-esteem, being a high value man, being a guy who, is confident, is that women off the rip should feel like they don't have a chance with you anyway in most cases. They should be intimidated by you to a certain extent. They should see you as this high value dude in the first place. So what would happen, or what would need to happen, is you would need to express interest to get her to start to come to your side of things so that things can happen. But if you're sitting there trying to act like or pretend, what up, Kenwood Drive was good. When you try to act like you don't like the girl, that's a low self-esteem behavior, because you're only doing it to get her to like you, right? But why are you trying to get her to like you? Because you think she don't like you in the first place. If you think or assume a woman likes you, you don't need to do anything necessarily to get her to like you. Right? What needs to actually happen, and this is more of a high value guy type of situation, is that sometimes you're going to need to get women comfortable enough to want to fuck with you. See, that's a whole nother level of the game. Getting a woman comfortable enough to want to fuck with you. So, for example, I'll use myself as an example. If I'm talking to a girl, I'm chilling with a girl, whatever, and I tell her, I'm like, look, I got a wife and a girlfriend, but I'm digging you, so what's good? Right? So what's going to happen is she may be uncomfortable with that to a certain extent. Like, damn, you got a wife and a girlfriend? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Right? Because she may think, damn, like, this might be too much for me. So now I'm going to have to be able to get her comfortable with the situation of fucking with me. So it's not me sitting there acting like I don't like her to try to get her to like me. It's I already assume, already know she likes me, and I'm getting her comfortable with dealing with me because I may be too much for her. That's more of a confident, high-value situation. So the first thing we have, again, is if you're acting like you don't like the chick, that's a low self-esteem type of strategy. Okay, so that's number one. Now I'm going to move on to number two. What's good, Chizzy City? What's popping? Resilient SD, what's good? You say you're going through that right now? That's what's up. So now, hold on, let me move this over a little bit so I can see what's popping in here. Move this over a little bit. Okay, so now, number two. The second thing that's going to basically show that you have low self-esteem is if you're only waiting for choosing signals. I'm going to say that again. The second thing, what up for Life One Deep? The second thing that's going to show that you have low self-esteem is if you are only waiting for choosing signals. Okay, so you hear this a lot nowadays. Dudes is like, oh, I'm just waiting for choosing signals. Right? If you're only waiting for choosing signals, that shows you have low self-esteem. Right? It's not something where, oh, I'm cool, I'm just waiting for a chick to choose. No. You have low self-esteem. You understand? And the reason why you have low self-esteem is because, with this situation, is because you're scared to get rejected. You're scared to approach a woman. You're scared to have to put yourself in a situation, have to deal with, that situation. Because this is the thing. Ain't no real player waiting for choosing signals. You understand? Because first of all, choosing signals do not happen for 99.9% of guys at a fast enough rate. You understand? I'm saying it again. Choosing signals does not happen for 99.9% of guys in a fast enough rate. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that choosing signals does not happen often enough for you to just rely on that. Choosing signals does not happen enough for you to just rely on that. So let's say for the average guy, he may get maybe one or two girls choosing him a week. Meaning, checking him out, giving him those signals or whatever. He may have one or two a week. So you trying to play around with those odds, 1 or 2 a week, and also choosing signals does not 100% equate, a follow through. Meaning, it doesn't mean you're gonna actually get with her. Because the chick could be choosing you, and you say, "Oh, she gave me the choosing signal. I'm gonna go approach her." You talk to her, you get her your number, and then you text her. She never responds. So you waited all week for that one choosing signal. You got the girl's number, and nothing happened. So you're back to square one. Or what'll happen is you get chosen by a chick, and you ain't even like her. You're like, this chick she's whack. I'm not attracted to her. You feel what I'm saying? For life, when you said incels, a group of lonely men who disappointed in women. But that's the thing. So if you're solely waiting for choosing signals, and that's all that's what you do. You say, I'm just waiting for choosing signals. I don't approach women, all that other shit. That means you have low self-esteem because you are scared of approaching women and getting rejected. It's that simple. It's no more than that. You're scared of that shit. That's all it is. Because dudes can't handle rejection. You understand what I'm saying? Rashi says, so Locario, is it better if a guy comes off as being overconfident than have low confidence or low self-esteem around women? Yes, it is. Hell yes, it is. It's way better to come off as overconfident than have low self-esteem or low confidence. You understand what I'm saying? Period. Because if you, this is the thing. Your confidence is just shit coming from you. So if you actually feel that way and believe that way, it is there. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that, again, like I was saying with the choosing signals, if that's all you're waiting for, you have low self-esteem. Again, ain't nothing wrong with checking the choosing signal out. Whatever. A chick is choosing you, that's cool. But if your only mode of meeting women is waiting for them to choose you, that means you have low self-esteem. Why? Because you're scared to go and approach. You need the go-ahead from the girl. You need the confirmation from the chick. And this is what's funny about that whole thing is that when you're a guy who is a real player, a guy who's been around a lot of women, a guy who's been with a lot of women, you know that leaving anything up to a chick is bad news. I'm going to say that again. Leaving anything up to the chick is bad news. So what does that mean? Why would I wait for the chick to choose? Why would I wait to take the lead from the chick? That's bad news. A chick's feelings is always in flux. This is why a chick can choose you. You get her number, you text her or call her, and she don't pick up. She don't return your call. Which is why you have to play the numbers game. And how do you play the numbers game? You cold approach. But you got to have balls to cold approach. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand is that when you're that guy who just waits or relies on the choosing signals and all that stuff, it's because you have low self-esteem. You have to come to terms with that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about the shit. And dudes can sit there and pretend like, yo, I'm just this cool motherfucker. I just be chilling and chicks be just choosing and smiling at me all day and running up on me all day. It ain't happening. You understand? I've coached thousands of guys. I've been out fucking, daily. You feel what I'm saying? The shit is not happening that way. I've been out with the flyest dudes to the regularest of dudes or whatever you want to call it. This shit ain't happening that way. You feel what I'm saying? Difference and between you and me. So what if you aren't inspired by players, but rather men of God? Who are men of God? Man. You say, wonder how long it took that night Locario went out to Times Square looking and waiting for choosing signals. But see, that's the reason why I did that video, because I'm like, these dudes, they love to talk all that like fantasy shit. Dudes aren't out here in the real world. Chuck, you said you're confused about the title of the show. So the title of the show is basically saying things you're doing that show yourself that you have low self-esteem. So basically, if you're doing any of these behaviors, you understand what I'm saying? So the first one I said is you try to act like you don't like the chick. And now I'm on the second thing is, you're only waiting for choosing signals. So if you're only waiting for choosing signals, you have low self-esteem because you're scared to go and approach a chick. Because this is what the thing it is. Imagine you're outside and you're the type of guy who only waits for choosing signals, but you see this super bad fucking chick. You at the store, you at Walmart, you walking through the parking lot, whatever. You walking down the street. You in a building somewhere and there's a chick there. She's not even walking. She's just chilling, looking at her phone. She's sitting down or whatever. And you want to go and approach her. But you're like, well, she ain't giving me choosing signals, so I'm not going to go and approach her. That's because you're scared to approach her because you have low self-esteem. It's that simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because unless you're getting choosing signals from 10 to 15 chicks a day, then you can't be waiting on no goddamn choosing signals. Unless you're getting choosing signals from 10 to 15 women a day, you can't be waiting on no goddamn choosing signals. You understand? So that's that for that one. Now, the third sign that what you're doing, JXN141, we on number 3. So the first sign was you try to act like you don't like the chick. Second sign was you only wait for choosing signals. Now on the third one. The third sign that what you're doing to attract women shows you have low self-esteem is you purposely take long to reply to text or calls. You purposely take long to reply to text or calls. See, again, this is more of this like pickup artist goofy shit. So let's say a chick texts you, right? Let's say a chick is texting you. You see her text. You're on your phone. You're like, oh, so and so text me, right? But then you say to yourself, you know what? I'm not gonna text her for like an hour. I'm gonna make her wait. And you put down your phone, and you're chilling, and you're looking at your watch. You're like, okay, I'm gonna give her another 10 minutes. I'm gonna fucking wait to text her. That means you have low self-esteem. You understand? Because again, you're doing things to try to get her because you think she wouldn't want you otherwise. You understand? You said if you wait 2 days to text a female, you guarantee she won't even remember you? But that's what I'm saying. Look, if you're purposely waiting a long time to text a chick, you have low self-esteem. You understand? Because this is the thing. Like I said, you're doing things or you're taking actions based off of thinking the girl doesn't like you in the first place. You understand? Because if you thought she liked you, or you thought that you were that dude, you wouldn't need to play the game like that. You understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't need to do all that goofy shit. Like when a chick texts me, and I see the text and the phone is in my hand, and we're supposed to be corresponding, I reply back and we have the conversation, we set something up. So guys say, well, you want to wait to text her back because that's going to increase her interest in you. That's going to make her like you more. Why do I need to make a woman like me more who already likes me? Huh? It's like someone saying, you go to the laundromat and you put the clothes in the dryer and then you're like, oh, you're gonna over dry it. No, it's dry already. You can't over dry it. It's dry. You feel what I'm saying? It's already where it needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, like you don't gotta be taking forever purposely because it makes no sense. See, a lot of guys, again, that's what I'm saying. A lot of guys subscribe to low self-esteem game. You understand? Grit and grind. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Man, but that's what I'm saying. But yeah, that's the thing. Dudes be just doing goofy shit because they have low self-esteem. You see what I'm saying? So that's number 3. Now, Tito, I'm gonna have people calling in a second. Now, number 4. The 4th thing that you're doing that shows you have low self-esteem is you spend a lot of time trying to get a specific girl. I'm gonna say it again. You spend a lot of time trying to get a specific girl, especially if that specific girl isn't trying to fuck with you. So let's say you got a girl at your school, a girl around your way, a girl at your job, whatever. She's not really feeling you, but you still keep trying to get at her. That's low self-esteem shit. You have a scarcity mindset. You have what they call that one-itis, where like she's the only one. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're doing any of that type of shit where you're spending a lot of time on this one specific chick, like, oh, I gotta get her. You said like far as Gum did to Jenny, exactly. CTG said, but don't you say after going on a date with a woman, you wait a week to text her? Yeah, you can wait a week if you want to wait that week because you're actually doing shit. What I mean is that you're not waiting a week to purposely wait a week. I'm saying you're waiting a week because you do shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like you have stuff you're doing. You see what I mean? And what happens is that because you're doing stuff, right? Like for example, let's say you go out with a chick, right? Today, which is Friday, right? Now let's say I got a bunch of work I got to do during the week, and I got a date Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got all these dates and shit throughout the week, right? So what I'm saying is that you being a busy person, that's supposed to be the underlying thing about that. It's not just you sitting there twiddling your thumbs, looking at her number in your phone, you know, and just like waiting there for the week. No. You feel what I'm saying? So that's more of the blueprint of, you know, you being a busy guy doing what you do. You feel what I'm saying? But you shouldn't necessarily be purposely doing that, period. Like you shouldn't be purposely doing anything to try to get the girl. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. When you're purposely doing that to get her, you're giving her energy even when you're not around her. You feel what I'm saying? You're giving her a whole lot of energy. So this is why it's counterproductive when guys play these games, because when you play the game, you're thinking, you're like, oh, I'm going to act like, you know, I don't like her. I'm going to not validate the chick so that, you know, she will want to fuck with me. But you're doing that for her, so you're basically validating her by not validating her. You understand? You're talking about no validation, but you're validating her by not validating her. Soon as you approach a woman, you're validating her. You talking to the girl, you're validating her. You understand? This is what I find funny about, you know who validates women the most? MGTOW. MGTOW give women the most validation. Why? Because they're men going their own way. Their own way from who? Women. You understand what I'm saying? So your whole movement is women based. So what the fuck are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? MGTOWs are the biggest validators of women. Like, this shit is so stupid. I'll be like, these dudes are goofy as fuck. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? You can't not validate a chick. How? How do you not validate a chick? Tell me. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, dudes just be, you know, all over the place with this shit. So now, we up to the last one. We up to the last one. So number 5. The 5th thing you're doing that shows that you have low self-esteem is when you're afraid to be direct with women. When you're afraid to be direct with women. When you're afraid to be direct with women, you got low self-esteem. Because if you're always just trying to be indirect, what you're doing is you're trying to shield yourself from rejection. You're trying to shield yourself from the outcome of what could happen if you're being direct. And what happens is you're scared that women wouldn't like you for who you are being direct. You understand? What up, Dante? What's poppin'? So yeah, let me open up the phone. So the caller number 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901. Man. Jimmy McDonald, what's poppin', bro? What's good? That's what's up, CTG was good. But yeah, man, you know, a lot of dudes subscribe to, you know, this low self-esteem type of energy, this low self-esteem type of thinking, this low self-esteem type of game. You understand what I'm saying? D Weezy said, you fellas ain't fooling women by being indirect. They know what you want. Exactly. Exactly. See, being direct is the fastest way to the pussy. Being direct is the fastest way to the pussy. You understand? Being indirect is taking the long road. So you can get pussy being indirect too, but it's taking the long road. You feel what I'm saying? Shit is ridiculous. Man, this fucking hat is like killing me, man. Shit. This shit is fucking... Gotta undo this thing. This shit's killing my head. Oh, man. You said when did I got on at 3:30. 3:30. This hat is killing my fucking head. Man. I ain't even wearing this shit no more. Fuck it. Keeping this shit bald. Oh. You said how do you build self-esteem? The thing is this, is that the way you build your self-esteem, the way you build that confidence is you have to be able to do things that make you feel good about, you understand what I'm saying? Feel good about yourself. You understand? Do things that make you feel like, wow, I can accomplish this. That builds your self-esteem up. You have, when you're competent in doing certain things, that can build your self-esteem up. Zach Ali, so you said, what's better, being direct or indirect? It depends. Because this is the thing. I wouldn't necessarily, like, I would say this. I lean more to direct because direct is faster. You understand? Direct is faster. But it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. I'm just saying that direct is faster. That's all I'm saying. Indirect is slower. He said, do I still have a rotation or one night stands? I mean, sometimes shit is one night stands. Sometimes shit, becomes a rotation. It all depends on, the chick will be, around, you do shit. It all depends on the situation. You said how many times I work out? Probably like 4 times a week, sometimes 5 times a week. He said being indirect is costly and time consuming. Well, that's the thing. It is time consuming. When you're indirect, the bad part about indirect is that you could waste a lot of time. You understand? When you're direct, you'll get your rejections quicker, so you don't have to waste time. You said, would you say that indirect is better for situations where the vibe with the chick, when you vibe with a chick organically, as opposed to talking to get with her? Well, that's the thing. You should always be talking to get with her, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, what's up? This is King Ramesses.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? I'm a big fan of yours, man. Just gotta tell you that.
Appreciate it, man. So what's going on?
Yeah, I thought your topic was interesting because, I was always like that for a minute, like, have, like, low self-esteem, and I would, like, contemplate, like, should I get at this female, should I not, and just let them pass me by, but it's like, I don't know, in certain situations, it's like, it's hard to do it, you know what I mean? But I think the thing that you do, which is good for people, is, like, you give people hope. Like, I be listening to your videos, and it's, like, so logical, makes so much sense. I'm like, damn, why was I even thinking like that in the first place?
Right.
But but it's like so many things. Like, you got all these females that be fronting like they so better than you, and it's like it makes you think that you can't do it. But if you really get in the minds of these females, they not really, as untouchable as they make it seem.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing, though, that guys gotta understand is that, see, women. You gotta understand this. Women know the difference between a guy who gets it and a guy who doesn't. You feel what I'm saying? And what happens is sometimes what they'll do, when they say like women will give shit tests and all that other stuff, women will do that, just to guys in general. So they'll know, like, let's say for example, they talking to a guy, they see the guy's nervous talking to her, right? And just to play around with him, she'll be sort of like, mean to him or be like rude. You feel what I'm saying? And then he'll end up like folding and walking away all sad and looking all funny or whatever. And she'll get a kick out of that. You see what I'm saying? Then she'll see a guy who knows how to talk to women, who's confident, and then she'll try to test him also in certain situations. Just one, to see if he's really confident, but two, also to sort of knock him off his pedestal. You feel what I'm saying? But if she sees that if she sees that she can't do that, then she ends up being attracted to him. You see what I'm saying? And then you have women who they're already attracted to the guy off the jump, so they don't test him at all. You feel what I'm saying? Because they sort of want to, they want shit to go down. You feel what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's how it goes down.
Another thing that you said that it was like really relevant to me is like how you were saying how some females will feel you so much that they'll kind of just like reject themselves because they think that you're better than them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's happened to me a lot of times, and it's like, I would always think something was wrong with me because I was always kind of like the smooth, cool, nice guy. So I was always like them other dudes, like, why don't females like nice guys? What's wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it's a numbers game. Like I'm talking to this girl now, and she likes nice guys. Like, and she's not even, like one of these sweet, innocent girls. She's kind of like a hood female, and she's kind of tough and been around like dudes, and she's kind of like, she's not like real like square. So it's like you never know. I've had a lot of like hood females that was feeling me. I've had square females that's feeling me. So all this stuff about nice guys can't get no females, like it ain't true. It's like you just gotta find the ones that's feeling you.
Right. Well, also too, it's not even necessarily when people talk about nice guys, they're more talking about guys who what a nice guy is in the definition of the game is more so a guy who, because there's a difference between a nice guy and a nice person. Like you could be a nice person, but you don't want to be the nice guy in the dating game, meaning that you bend over backwards for women, you do anything they say, it's like you're phony. You feel what I'm saying? And so women don't like that because, and this is they see, it's the thing. Women, they know you want to have sex with them. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like when you're not being yourself to get it. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing. And a lot of guys think that they can't be themselves to get it because they think, but if I say this or if I act this way, she might not like me. And it's like, no, she's not liking you because you're not being yourself. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. So nice guys, and I talk about this in my book, The Magnificent 10, nice guys, I said that most guys aren't nice guys. Like, you're not really a nice guy. You feel what I'm saying? You're putting on the act of a nice guy. You see what I'm saying? Because you think this is what you got to do, and this is why the chicks don't want to fuck with you because they can see it's phony. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
there's a one question that I really wanted to ask you from something I experienced when I was in college. So it was like I tried to talk to this girl, right? And I didn't really get at her, but I was kicking it with her and her sister, and I was just like complimenting her and all this stuff, right? And then I told her friends, like, yeah, she cool, I'm feeling her, I should try and get at her. So her friends went back and told her, and she was like, nah, I don't like him. He fake. He be trying to do too much. And I was just like, okay. So, every time I see her at school, I would just never say nothing to her. I'm like, you ain't feeling me, then why should I speak to you? So I speak to her friend, and I wouldn't even acknowledge that she existed. She could be standing right next to her friend. I say hi to her, wouldn't acknowledge her, probably for like a year or two. So another thing, I would get on the bus to go to school at the time, and there was all kind of females that was, that was there that would never pay me no attention. So I started talking to this Mexican girl, right? All them girls all of a sudden noticed me. They looking at me like they want to cry. Like, how come this nigga with her and not with me? Like, why is he messing with a Mexican girl and not a black girl? The same girl that was like, I was fake and I was doing too much. She was the main one looking at me like she wanted to cry. Like, what's going on?
Right.
Well, and I'm just like, I don't understand why females will diss a nigga and then all of a sudden want him when they see him with another female. Like, I don't understand that. Like, niggas don't think like that unless you one of them dudes that just like to take, females from other nggers. Like, we don't think like that, and I just never understood that. I just want to know your perspective.
Yeah, well, that's what women do, though. See, for women, it's emotional, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all emotional. So it's not anything like she's not gonna sit there and be like, oh well, I said I didn't want to fuck with him, so I shouldn't be mad because he's with. It don't even matter. It's just an emotional thing. So when they see you with another chick, they feel like, because this is the thing. When a woman disses you or a woman doesn't want to fuck with you, she wants you to lie in the corner and cry about it. You feel what I'm saying? She wants you to cry about it, and be sad about it, and that's the end all be all. You understand? And she just wants to have her feeling of, oh, well, I don't want him, so nobody else should want him, and fuck that guy or whatever. So now, when you're just doing what you do, and they see you with another chick, it's like, oh, so he, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like they mean nothing now because you're moving on to something else. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you're upset that she doesn't want you, she means something. So if you move on, she's meaningless. Do you see what I'm saying? Which is why they get upset.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's why they get all pissed off and get all funny style, because it's like they need to feed off your energy of you sort of wanting to fuck with them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just never understood. I just thought that was just so whack. Like, I wouldn't even want to mess with a female that even thought like that, to tell you the truth.
Right. That's the thing, man. It's like, like I said before, there was a chick I was talking to where she was like, she didn't even like this guy, but she was like, I want him to want me, even though she don't like the nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how they think. You see what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, like, I just understand. If I don't like a female, like, I'm not going to change my mind. Like, I ain't feeling it.
Right. Exactly. But
but
that's how chicks are, man. It's like they're all over the place. This is why I was saying for dudes, like, dudes always talking about, I'm waiting for choosing signals. I'm like, you can't wait on a person whose thought process is like that. It don't make no sense.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
And it's just like, I learned a valuable lesson. I was messing with this girl on my job a few years ago. And she kind of like put me in the friend zone, and then, but it's like every time her dude cuts up, she want to come back to me and all this stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I already wasted too much time with you.
Right.
But I actually put it on my Facebook. She actually admitted to me herself the reason why she never really tried to mess with me is because she thought I was too good for her, because all the niggas she messed with was just trifling ass niggas that did her dirty. So, but for years I couldn't understand, like, how am I this good dude? Like, all these women always be like, you so good, you should get married, you be a good husband, this and this and that. So females would just do me dirty for, like, all my life. I was like, what's going on?
Right.
But then it's just like you said, you just got to find the ones that's going to appreciate you.
Right. No, that's real talk. That's real talk, man. That's real shit, man.
So it's like the stuff you be saying, man, I be trying to tell my cousin to listen to you because he's like really, really down on himself and has low self-esteem. And I be like, man, some of the stuff you and Miles done said and like busted my head open, like, wow, like that don't make no sense.
Right.
Like I could listen to your videos and I could just like go someplace and just be hella juiced to try and talk to somebody. And that's not in my personality. I'm kind of like reserved, but you make it seem like it's possible, which it really is. Like, it's really just in your mind.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, a lot of these look, there's a lot of shit that I've experienced based off of me just making a decision to do something different or look at it a certain way. And because, like, it's like this. Let's say a dude is talking about, I'm too ugly to get a girl that's hot, right? All you got to do is walk outside. You're going to see a guy uglier than you with a hot chick. So what does that say to you? That means, oh shit, if he can do it, I can do it too. Then what? You understand what I'm saying? But it's like these dudes, they don't think that way. They don't understand it. So I'm like, yo, if somebody else can make it happen and you see it again and again, what's wrong with you that you can't do it? You see what I mean? And so that's the thing where dudes got to think about it in that in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's crazy because all the females that have dissed me, I've seen them with dudes that was way uglier than me.
Right,
like,
right.
95% of the time. And like me personally, like I just, it's not in me to hate on nobody. So I can see an ugly ass nigga with a fine ass female, and I just be like, man, that nigga he must have game. Other people be like, oh, he must have money. I'm like, maybe he just got game.
Dudes always go. Like, they always go to the money shit, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, I've seen females mess with dudes that was like bummy looking, like they clothes look all dingy and dusty, and I'd be like, what is she doing with him? But I'm like, maybe he just got game. Like,
right.
You can't always discount that. Like, some people just ain't knowing.
And you know what's crazy?
It don't matter.
The crazy part is a lot of dudes. This is the crazy part that I found funny, is that a lot of men, they don't understand attraction when it comes to women, like or what makes women attracted to men. They don't understand it. So they see men we're thinking with our male mind all the time. We're like, oh well, she looks good, she's hot, I want her. Right? Yeah. Women also will see a guy, be like, oh, he's hot, I want him, but there's so many other variables with women. Women have so many other variables as to what will make them attracted to us. What will make them want to fuck? Like I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a hot girl, right? Let's say she grew up around guys who were like more husky. They weren't like skinny guys. They weren't really like muscle guys. They were more husky guys. Because she grew up around husky football player type of dudes, right? That may be her type because that's what she's been grown up around and she's been conditioned to find that attractive. You see what I'm saying? So when another guy who looks like that comes around, she'll want to fuck with him rather than another guy who's maybe more fit than him. You see what I'm saying? So there's always complexities to the shit. Or you may have a girl who's hot, but she got fucked over by a whole bunch of dudes. Then she finds a guy who he's not like the best looking dude, but he's funny, he treats her good, and she's in that time in her life where she actually wants somebody to treat her good. So which is why she's going to get with that guy. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's
That's
all these other
thing I wanted to
variables.
bring up too was your boy OJ Duke Jackson be talking about how when women hit the wall, when they be doing that though, bro, they be like messing with all these old no good ass niggas throughout their whole life, their 20s and their 30s, and when they getting like they late 30s and they 40s, then all of a sudden they want a square nigga or just a regular nigga. And like a lot of these niggas that's not simps, they not gonna go for it because like I'm not gonna mess with a female that dissed me back in the day. Like you didn't want me then, bitch. You don't want me now. That's how I feel.
Right. Now I feel you, man. That's how it is,
like,
man.
Why, ain't nothing wrong, though. I mean, if a female settle for you, and I mean, you get what you want out of her, if that's what you want, that's cool, but, like, I'm not going to be that settle nigga. Like, I want a female that's going to really want me. Like you said, the female that really wants you is going to be the most cooperative, you know, throughout the whole relationship.
Right. Now, real talk, man. Real talk, man.
Yeah, man, like, man, I wish, like, everybody can just, like, hear your videos, bro, because I know so many people that's like having so many problems with females. Dudes be talking about they can't get females of their own race or a certain race, and it's like I don't see it, bro. Like,
right. Again, that's like, just all in their head, bro. That's all in their head. That's what I be trying to tell them, man. But yo, listen, man, I appreciate the call and pass the videos around, man. Let the people know. You feel me?
For sure.
All right, bro. I'ma holler.
All right, bro.
All right,
appreciate
peace.
it. Thanks.
Later.
Bye.
All right. So the caller number again, 646-481-3901. I see a bunch of people trying to call in. You, what's going on? You.
Yo, what it do? Oh, yo, what up, man?
What's poppin'? What's going on?
Yo, chilling, man. Yo, I got a couple questions for you, too, man. And by the way, I want to say I appreciate it. Oh, real quick, too, if you want to get to the bad boy, what would you... first question I want to ask, what's the website? Like I said, I just started listening to you about 2 weeks ago. I'm not really familiar.
You talking about to get on the Bad Boy membership?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's badboymembership.com.
Okay, badboymembership.com. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was to be like, it's like a $90 fee, something like that? Like a 90 fee?
Say that again?
Something like that?
Say that again?
And for monthly, yeah,
it's 97. Like it's $97 a month for the Bad Boy membership.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I have a quick question though, man. Yeah, because for instance, too, like I just started doing like the online stuff like that. But I'm doing Tinder and POS. But one thing too, I started noticing too, like a lot of women be doing, they be saying, "Oh, I'm not looking for a hookup." It's like they're quickly like trying to put down the sex thing off the bat. But and with me, I'm the type of guy, though. I mean, like I like to meet the woman, feel their vibe. I mean, even though I'm still looking for sex, but I still want sex. I'm just not gonna just hang out with the woman, just to hang out. But most women just want guys to hang out with them because they be like, "Oh, I'm not looking for sex," even at Tinder. But my question to you is, I mean, like, should you still take them seriously? Should you still like message them?
So you talking about online when they be talking about I'm not looking for hookups and all this other shit? You saying should you still message them?
Yeah, should you still message them or go or message those that just wanna not just wanna have fun and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for a guy just to get to know."
Yeah, you should still message them because not most of the chicks on there, on Plenty of Fish, Tinder, all these other shits, I'd say like 80, I'd say even 90% of the chicks are gonna have some shit on their thing talking about no hookups and all that. They just say that. You understand what I'm saying? Because they say that because they don't want to look like a hoe. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they say it. But it's not necessarily that they're gonna not hook. Like I remember I talked about this before. There was a chick I know personally who I saw on Tinder once. I'm swiping through and I'm like, oh, I know this chick. And I look at her bio and she talking about no hookups. And I know for a fact this chick hooks up all the fucking time. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So they do that. You feel what I mean? But they just say that because they don't want to look like a hoe. You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like they have to put it on there because they feel like if they don't put it on there, then they think that other guys are gonna think they're a hoe. So this is why they put it on there. But when you meet up with them and you hang out with them, they want to fucking hook up. You see what I'm saying? You know, most of them. So it all depends on the chick, but most of them want to actually make it happen. So don't get caught up in too much of that. It's more so like feeling the vibe when you're talking to her when you're trying to make something happen.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
One time I was talking to a chick though, and I had met online, and it's like she was trying to put me on the spot. She was like, "Oh, so what you looking for?" Mm-hmm. Like she's trying to, like, off the bat, like I mean, like you said too. Cause I just started watching the video. You said too, go on a date and be flirtatious. But when I was talking on the phone, I'm the type of guy. If I meet a woman, I speak to them for like 5-10 minutes on the phone, just to feel the vibe and set something up right away. Like you said, don't get to the point, just be talking and talking, not setting something up. But when we were talking, she was like, "So what you looking for?" And I kind of froze up. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I kind of froze up a little bit. It's like, I don't like when people put me in the spot. Like, I like to just go out and just do my thing with the woman. But in that case, if a woman puts you on the spot, though, should you still tell a woman, "Hey, I'm not going to have a good time"? But she could be like, "Whoa." You know how most women like to play dumb. So what do you mean by having a good time? Like, they know what you mean, but they just want to, like, break it down, like, to, like, a fucking science. To like a fucking zero and shit.
Right. Well, see, this is the thing. See, this is the tricky part about this situation. Because when a chick says that, what she's doing is it's almost like she's trying to get you to qualify yourself to her. You understand what I'm saying? So what it is that she's putting herself in a power position at this point. You see what I'm saying? So you could tell her what you want to do, right? You could do that, but I would say the better course of action, right, is to avoid that question entirely and move on to something else. So, like, let's say she's like, "Oh, what are you looking for, on Plenty of Fish?" You'd be like, "Oh, why you asking all these serious questions so quickly? Like, anyway, so what you doing, this Friday? Let's hang out." You understand? Like just avoid that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then just keep moving on to another thing because, see, that's the thing, especially with a lot of women. A lot of times women don't even want to talk about that, or like sometimes women will say, "Hey, you messing with other girls?" Shit like that. They just saying that to talk, and you don't really need to answer that. You can bypass that and go on to other things because what you don't want to do is you don't want to feel like you're qualifying yourself to the chick, meaning she's interviewing you for the position or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to have that dynamic with her.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Because I hate that. I'm like, let's just go out, have a good time, see where it goes.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I know some women too. But what if the woman is still putting you on the spot where she's like, "Well, I don't want to waste my time. Like, what are you looking for? If you're not sure, I'm not going out with you." So you'd be like, "Well, forget it." So you still tell her straight up.
Well, just be like, listen. This is what I want to do. I want to see you this weekend. So holler back at me by the night if you want to see me this weekend. That's it. And then you end the call. You feel what I'm saying? Because look, you got to understand something. Anytime you're dealing with a chick, you always want it to be about you. This is what I'm trying to do. If you're trying to do that, cool. If not, peace out. I'm not here to fulfill your situation. You see what I'm saying? You're here to follow my lead, and my lead should coincide with what you want as a woman. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here to fucking do what you're trying to do. I'm here to get you to do what I'm trying to do. And if what I'm trying to do is what you're trying to do, that's good. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not here to do what you're trying to do. And that's the thing. So when a chick is on some, "Oh, well, I'm not trying to waste my time." All right, peace out then. You feel what I'm saying? If that's, you know what I mean? Because I'm not sitting here trying to be who you want me to be for you. That ain't the deal right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. So you're trying to say, like, for instance, it's like if I match a chick on Tinder, like I just match a chick with the Tinder, and so is it good to tell a chick off the chick, or like tell a woman off Tinder or POF, "Hey, I'm just looking to have a good time, have good sex and see where it goes," or should you be like, "Hey, let's meet up for drinks," and then you flirt with her in person? Should you do it? Because I feel like with me, I don't like to waste time. I like to tell them off the bat, like, I'm just looking for sex. I told one chick that I'm just looking for sex and have a good time. But I told them that online. Should I just wait it and tell them in person first?
No, well, the thing is this. when you're online, right? See, it depends on a girl. Like, unless if you got a girl who, because sometimes what'll happen is you'll have a girl who either is blatantly sexual with you already, you feel what I'm saying, or a girl who the vibe seems like she's sexually attracted to you. So you got to, so a blatant sexual, a girl who's sexually blatant with you is, for example, I had a chick one time where I matched with her on Tinder. I sent her a message basically saying some regular shit like, hey, what you up to this weekend? You should like get a drink or something like that, whatever, right? So she replies to me and says, hey, would you rather, she was like, do you mind coming over straight to my place to fuck? And she said it just like that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a blatant, like, I'm trying to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? And I remember there's another girl on OkCupid who did that too, where I was like, I just, like, she matched with me, and she sent me a message. She was like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, I'm good. What you up to this weekend? And then she was like, I was hoping you come over and fuck the shit out of me. That's what she said. You see what I'm saying? So, right. So if that happens, that's blatant. That's a blatant, like, sexual thing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, if you're talking with a girl, and let's say, for example, I had this one girl where I matched with her, whatever. I said, yo, let's get together, get a drink, whatever. And then she said to me, oh, so all you do is want, she's like, do you only just want to drink? And then, so that's like her opening up the sexual situation. So I said, yeah, we could get a drink, and if you play your cards right, we could get naked. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, right? So I'm introducing sex in that situation because she seems like she's about that. You see what I mean? But other than those two type of situations, usually what you want to do is when it's a chick from an online site, what you want to do is you either want to FaceTime her so you can get her to come straight to your crib, or if you want, you could go out on like one date to get a drink or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then, because the thing is, a lot of times with chicks online, most of the time, they don't want to go straight to a dude's house without really like spending any significant amount of like time really talk. Because even you could probably even talk on the phone too, but there needs to be some sort of verbal communication before she comes over. In most cases, like she's not like most cases, you're not gonna text a girl on Tinder and be like, "Hey, just come over," and she's gonna come over. You see what I'm saying? In most cases,
yeah.
You see what I mean? Because it's like it's online. She don't really know you from, you know what I'm saying? So you wanna feel her out a little bit. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but Locario, real quick though, but it's crazy though. It's like though, I'm not trying to go back to what you were saying before. It's like most women, like I said, I'm in a bump talking with a chick, and I remember too, like I said, I just started watching a video. But one video you said that too, when you with a woman personally, not personally, I'm talking about when you with a woman face to face, and you always want to get flirtatious by the way, like you don't even gotta ask the number, because I'm like, yeah, he makes that shit makes sense. Like, you know how most dudes go out, the person will be like, let me get your number, because I was trying to tell my cousin, like, yo, stop trying to ask for the number, see if you can make something happen that night, and if you don't, then you get the number, you feel me? But my whole thing is that the most women, like, they know they want to fuck, though. Why do they be like, oh, why do all guys look for sex? Is this a way of them trying to tease you, test you, or is it just a way of them not being interested? I was talking to one chick, like I said, I had met at the bar about last weekend and stuff like that, and then everything was cool, and then off the rip, she was like, oh, is that all you're looking for is just sex, blah, blah, blah. It was just a way of her saying she's not interested, or testing me, or just move on.
Yeah, that's a way of a woman saying basically that it's not necessarily she's not interested. It's more so her looking at you as the type of guy who, again, like I said, boyfriend material type of guy. You understand what I'm saying? A guy who she would have looked at as not just one night stand type of thing. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, that same girl, if she was with a guy who she wanted to have sex with that night, he wanted to have sex with her, she wouldn't have never said anything like that. You see what I'm saying? She wouldn't say to the guy who she want to have sex with, she wouldn't say to him, oh, why you just want, she wouldn't say any of that. She would just have sex with him because she wants to have sex with him. So a woman's going to change her story based off of who she's dealing with. You see what I'm saying? Based off of who it's like this. Let's say if you was talking to a girl and a girl was talking to you or whatever, and she was like, okay, but let's say she had a lot of money or some shit or whatever, or she could do something for you. Let's say you're trying to get a fucking job at something, and she's like the daughter of some guy that works at the company or whatever, or the boss of the company, and you're telling her she wants to fuck you, but you don't want to fuck this girl because you're not attracted to her. You're gonna say, oh, but why does everything got to be about sex? Why can't we just get to know each? Because you don't really want to fuck her, but you want something else.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but I just completely. I don't know if I didn't block her. I just stopped talking to her. Was that the right move? Like, and then I tried the second time. Like, and then it's crazy too. I met her at a bar, and then we ended up matching in Tinder and stuff like that. And I was trying to play a dumb. I was like, damn, I ain't like the way how we end up. She was like, well, I know how we stopped talking. All you want to do is keep talking about sex and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's not about sex, of course I'm gonna want to talk about sex. I find you attractive. Do you think I should explain myself to her or just cut her off?
No, I'd say charge ass to the game, man. Because, you know what I'm saying? If she...
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I started fucking with her, but I don't know why I explained myself. I don't know why, but...
Right, because the thing is...
I just charged her.
Right, the thing is, it shouldn't... It's supposed to flow, man. And a lot of times, if it ain't flowing, you understand? You just you know, got to charge it, man. That's what I'm saying. Because, again, that same girl, she's not going to give another guy that type of friction.
Yeah, definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I'm always saying. You gotta remember that. Like, every time when chicks be on that shit, always remember, if this was another dude, she would not be doing that. Because also you have to understand that when you're in a situation, there's situations where you are that other dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's times where you got shit popping off easy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Like I said, I have me a little fuck buddy. You know what I mean? And I'm saying to myself, I know there's probably dudes out there. She probably saying, I gotta get to know you.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie too, not to hold you up too, and that's why too. And like I said, I learned a lot from you, so that's why I want to get into that bad boy too, to amp up my skills too. Don't get me wrong, I still have little stuff I gotta fix, but I've learned that too. That as men, it's okay for men to reject a chick, but if a chick reject a man, he gets frustrated.
Of
so
course.
I say, like you said too, every day too, like the chick be trying to talk to us, we reject it, we don't know that. But when a chick do that to us, we don't like it. It's just the fact that we don't like being rejected to a woman that we like. Like I tell my cousin, you just gotta move on. Like you said, it's a numbers game.
Right.
Definitely. So I appreciate the info. Like I said, I am gonna be like that whole bad boy stuff, trying to get my game up a little better.
That's what's up, bro. Definitely, man. Yeah, definitely get on that, man. All right, I'm gonna holler. All right, peace. Yeah, man, you gotta start charging these chicks in the game, man. Charge they ass, because if they ain't really doing what you need to do, trust me, they doing it with somebody else. They are doing it. Yeah, what's going on?
What's up, Locario, man? It's Jake from London.
What's popping? What's good?
Good, man. Yeah, I've got a couple things to talk to you about. So the first thing is it's Friday today, but yesterday was Thursday, and before Thursday, I matched with a girl on Tinder, and I was supposed to meet her on Thursday, and I confirmed the date with her, and we were gonna go out and then like Central London to get drinks on Thursday. But the thing is that I reserved the table, and reserving the table is free. But when I reserved it, about 30 minutes afterwards, she was like, "Oh, like she's meeting a friend at 6, and I was supposed to meet her at 4." And then she said she's got some work to do for the whole day, so she cancelled. So after that, I didn't really care because I was talking to a whole bunch of other girls, which I'm going to talk to you about after this. But she cancelled, and she rang me afterwards. It was a random call, and because I didn't care, I was kind of shocked. I was like, who's this? I cut her off, and then I texted her. I said, "Is this an accident? Is this an accidental call?" And then she said no, and then she rang me, and I was speaking to her a bit, and she apologized to me. But after the phone call, I cut her off quick. I was like, "I've got to go," you know what I mean? She's like, "Okay," and then I texted her and I said, just let me know when you get back to me, when we could be free, because she said she'll be free on Tuesday at 6 p.m. but she's kind of being fickle about it. So I just texted her. I said, just get back to me when you're free. But I pretty much today, I don't know why, but I just charged her to the game because I feel like she's gonna fake. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta. She's done, man. You gotta charge her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's funny because, like, these chicks, you gotta understand, man. Like, when it's the beginning, it's like, you know when they say first impressions are, important. If your first impression is you flaking, then what am I even dealing with you for? You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. You gotta look at it like that. You gotta be like, look, man, like, you know, you want some bullshit. And the thing is this: if ever a time where a chick, because this is what happened to me one time. This chick flaked on me. It was supposed to be the first time we was getting together, and she flaked, right? So I had basically, in my mind, she's charged. So I fucking like deleted her number, all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
So then, next thing you know, a while later, like I done forgot about this chick. So a while later, she texts me, and I didn't really have a number, so I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And so she sent me a picture, and I was like, "Oh, I remember this chick," but I forgot she flaked. You feel what I'm saying? So I forgot she flaked on me the first time, whatever. But then when I met up with her, I remembered, I was like, wait a second. I was like, didn't this chick flake the first time? You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, you know, I smashed, but then I kind of just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I was still remember, I was like, I shouldn't even be really fucking with this chick because she was already all over the place from the beginning. You see what I mean? But what I'm saying is in general, if a chick's flaking on the first date, you feel what I mean? It's like, you got to get that out of here, man. It's like you got to always remember, you have to make sure that you're cultivating your situation in a way where you don't take none of that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying when it comes to women, because it's only going to help you out later on in the end when you're dealing with chicks in the future. You see what I mean? So it's so don't, like, you know, going through all of that nonsense where she's flaking and then she talking about, oh, I'm sorry and all this other stuff. And, nah, bro, don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you want to take a chick back like that, tell her, listen, you're going to have to do some things before, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you flake, cool. Well, listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to come over my house and do my laundry. After you do my laundry, then I'll think about us going out and hanging out. You see what I'm saying? Like, let her do some shit that's inconvenient for her, some shit she you understand what I'm saying? It's for her to have to make that shit up. And if she's not willing to do that, then she's not really down to do nothing. You see what I'm saying?
I actually did say something like that to on the phone, because, you know, when she cancelled and she apologized to me, yeah, she phoned me up, and I said to her in the mid part of the conversation, "Are you gonna have to make it up to me?" And then she like replied really fast in like a rude kind of tone, semi-rude kind of tone, and she was like, "Oh, I don't think I have to." And I was like, "Why not?" She said, "I gave you enough notice." So I was thinking about that today, and I just went, you know what, I get justified more for me to charge her. But another thing I want to talk to you about is I was on Tinder, another app called Hilly. I think it's called Hilly, Badoo, and Bumble, and I pretty much changed my bio. And I changed my bio, and on my bio it pretty much states that I just want to have sex, pretty much. And basically what happened is I started to get some matches, and every time the person matched with me, I texted them and said that I hope you read my bio before you matched with me. And I actually got some positive responses from that, and then I also put my bio, you know, BDSM. Yeah, I put that in my bio, and there were girls that were receptive to it, because and I was talking to them, and I pretty much was talking about sex, and I almost met up with a girl today, today to have sex with her, but she flaked, and there was another girl who stopped responding, but the conversation was about sex. So I'm just, and then also on Bumble, I was pretty much direct with this black girl, this tall, slim, thick black girl, 6 foot, and she basically, I said to her, you know, I'm not looking for anything serious, I'm looking to just have sex. And she still responded to me, and she supposed to be meeting up on Tuesday, basically, and she's works in a bank, and all that kind of stuff, like she's very corporate minded. So I'm just wondering, is it worth it to be direct to that extent, or is it better to just be normal and talk to a girl and just arrange a date, then escalate on the date, or just be up front from the jump? What do you think?
Well, the thing is, if you're saying on your profile, hey, I want to have sex, and they're responding to the sex and having sexual conversations, then y'all are already having it. You're already having the sexual conversation. You see what I'm saying? So if she's actually down to do it, and she's down to make it happen, you know, y'all could just meet up to basically hook up. You know what I'm saying? Or you could go, you know, say, hey, let's go get a drink first, and then we can go, you know, smash. See, that's another thing that you guys can do too, is that instead of saying to a girl, hey, let's go meet up for drinks, say to her, hey, let's meet up for a drink, and then afterwards, let's go back to my place. Let's go to this hotel, or let's do this. So what you're doing is that you're having her say yes to both at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
So basically, if I say, like, so if I set up a date and I'm like, okay, let's go to this bar, and afterwards I'll book a hotel. So
right.
I don't say sex, but I just say hotel.
Right.
So that's obviously means we're gonna have sex.
Right. Exactly. So you and then have her agree to that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, that sounds cool. Also, one last thing. I was in a famous part of London called Finsbury. There was because there's a lot of girls there today. You know, 'cause I was going to like a job interview, and you know, I pretty much had this. I saw a lot of girls. I didn't cold approach, but I'm getting back into it, and I think I'm gonna go back there soon and do some cold approaches. So I just need to get back into the groove a bit. So I'm gonna switch to actually doing day game. But really, there's a lot of nice areas. But the thing is, when I was there, because of the way the certain girls look, they look like they had a certain type of etiquette about them, which kind of you know, stopped me from cold approaching. But I'm not really gonna let that get me down or anything. I mean, I don't care if the girl's got good etiquette or she's very articulate. I'm still gonna approach. So I've got girls like that before. So I think it's all mainly about the mindset, maybe, you know, just being positive.
Well, so you're saying that goddamn, these fucking fire trucks be mad loud and shit. Hold on. So you're saying that there's a chick with you feel like she's too sophisticated to go and call approach her?
Yeah, like the part of London that I was in, there was just the way they were dressed and everything, it seemed very posh. You know what I mean? So that kind of made my brain feel a bit weird because I'm not really used to approaching girls like that. You know what I mean?
Nah, that don't mean nothing. Just yo, again, that's all in your head, bro. That's all in your head.
Okay.
You gotta just go in, because it's like, you know, it's like when people say, like, it's funny, like you'll sometimes see chicks who look like that, or chicks that look a certain type of way, and they'll be with a guy. You're like how did they even get together? This don't even look like they match or whatever. Where, you understand what I'm saying? But it's because you don't know what women like. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know what each individual woman's gonna like. So you may be exactly what a chick is feeling, but you got to go and approach. You see what I'm saying? That's the point of going to approach, because you don't know which chick is gonna want to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of them, you know, a lot of them sometimes, and I always talk about this, which is why I always advocate for cold approaching, is that sometimes a woman's not going to know if she's really feeling you until you approach her and talk to her and interact with her. You see what I'm saying? And then she starts to be like, okay, I like this guy. So you just got to go there and push yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think about traveling to other cities? I mean, I know that if you can't game where you are, there's no point. But I think, what do you think about traveling to other locations? Booking a hotel and just gaming for the weekend or something in that hotel.
I think that's good. I think that's because I had a dude email me about that the other day, where he wasn't having enough, like, in his area. I said, find a spot, rent like an Airbnb for the weekend, and just go hard. You feel what I'm saying? Because you could, you know what I'm saying? You could get a lot of shit popping. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking. Because obviously in London, it's like New York. I call it like the unlimited water fountain. Because that is an unlimited amount of girls in New York and London.
Right. Real talk.
So, yeah.
Real talk.
So, but I love those other areas as well. So I'm just going to try that. But I'm going to try everywhere. You know, and get back into day game next week with my friend. And I look forward to it, man. I love it. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, man. Go out there and just keep getting that shit popping, man. But yo, man, appreciate the call. I gotta get a few more of these before I head up out of here, alright?
Alright, man, take care, bro, man. Take care.
Yeah, man, you guys don't be scared to approach these chicks, man. They're just women. They're human just like you. They're not gonna bite. Alright, let me see who this is. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? This is Mark from New Jersey.
What's poppin'?
Not much, man. Just want to get first off a shout out to everything you're doing. Respect everything you're doing, man. A lot of value that you provided.
Appreciate it, man. So what's good?
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so the question I've been having was basically, I've been getting like a lot of matches on like Tinder and Bumble, and so I've been getting a few matches. The match I'm getting like is actually with, pretty attractive girls or whatever. So the issue I'm having is that whenever, so I've been on like so far like 3 dates, right? And so anytime I literally go on a date, my whole thing is I'm trying to assess, whether a chick is feeling me from a physical standpoint. Because right now I'm just physical, and I find that every time whenever I try to make an approach, they tend to back up. And so for me, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's the sign that they're not really interested in pursuing anything further. But I don't know. I was talking to a friend, and basically he's saying that maybe it's because like I give off a boyfriend energy, so that might be the cause, like the reason. So a lot of these, because just kind of give you a backstory on me. Like I'm pretty successful guy, and so and I present that in my my profile, things like I got professional pictures and things like that, because like that's basically what I do. And so that could be something that attracts them, but then once you get in a situation, they're probably looking for like me as a long-term dude. I don't know if that's what's happening, but basically that's my whole question. Is like, what I don't get why whenever I'm going to make something physical happen, it's just like they're not really having it.
And so what do you do? What do you do when you go on like where do you go to on these first dates?
I try to go to the cheapest shit as possible, man. Like I ain't trying to go on no extravagant dinner or anything. I try to go to like Chipotle, usually Chipotle, or to grab pizza, and then after I'll either get drinks.
Hold on, wait, stop. You say hold on, wait. So start up. You say you take her out to eat, and then what happened?
Yeah, it's either Chipotle, or then afterwards you either go to get drinks or like go for like a walk in the park.
Damn, so you can take a girl to eat, drinks, and walk in the park?
No. It's eat usually at Chipotle or we get pizza, and after that it's either drinks or I take them for a walk in the park. So it's either or. So it's usually just two things. So the first thing is we get something to eat, which is at a cheap place, and after that, either we'll go for a walk, depending on what time it is outside, whatever it may be, or we'll just go into a spot and just get drinks. That's
right. See, and that's the issue right there. That's the issue right there. You're doing too much. You feel what I'm saying? So that's exactly Tito Smile said. You whining and dining her. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is Chipotle like dining?
Yes, because you taking a chick to eat. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, because this is kind of like what should be sort of going on. You meet a chick, and what time of the day you be having these dates?
It's usually I mean, it's usually in the evening or at nighttime.
Okay, that's good.
Well, usually it's in the evening. I'll say like this, like around lunchtime. So it's like 3, 4, 5.
So wait, you said around lunchtime you have the dates?
Yeah, like 3 or 5.
See, that's the issue, bro. You gotta have nighttime dates. 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock ish. Go for a drink. You feel what I'm saying? And while you're at the drink, that's when you start getting flirty, sexual, touchy, all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's it. You feel what I mean? Like, because what you're doing now is you're going on dates in the middle of the day. You're taking them to eat first. Then you're going to get a drink. Then you're spending all this time with them. You see what I mean? So now they're like, oh, shit. This guy, he's cool. He's successful. He's doing all this. Of course, they're going to look at you as boyfriend material. You feel what I'm saying? Because what you have to understand is that the way that you date the girl, the way that you interact with her, is gonna show her what type of guy you are. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is this is why women, when they want you or they see you as boyfriend material, this is exactly why they take it slow with you, because they say, well, I can't fuck this guy now because or I can't act like I'm like a slut around this guy because this is the first guy in a while that I met who I'm attracted to. He's a good dude, all this other stuff, and I may want to keep seeing this guy. I may want him to probably end up being my boyfriend, so therefore she's going to act that way. But now, if you was to meet her and say, hey, listen, let's meet up for a drink at so-and-so at 9 o'clock, you go there, you get a drink, and within the first, 20 minutes, half an hour, you already rubbing her leg and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So now, she's like, okay, this guy, he's just, interested in sex. You feel what I'm saying? And so if she's sexually attracted to you, she may end up just fucking with you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
what
I
it
get what
is.
you're saying. I think that's probably I guess that's probably it. Because in my mind, like I just got like basically I got a long term situation, like, and so I'm still trying to get into the feel of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I get what you're saying though. Like that's like I see what you're saying.
I would say,
Like,
I would say cut.
like,
I would say cut out the food, bro. Cut out the food. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut out the food. Go straight to get like some drinks, and just flirt with her, build that sexual tension there, and you're gonna see more of an outcome in that situation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then also another issue is just the logistics. Because typically, another thing is I usually either I meet them there or I pick them up. And usually, like, because of the logistics, I end up, like, it's funny because, like, I'm in, well, you're in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I live in Westchester. So I'm in Westchester, and I'm getting a lot of matches from girls, like, fucking in the Bronx or in other areas. So I'm there driving to go, you know what I'm saying? So it's a logistics thing. Because, like, most of these girls don't have their own spots. Just like,
you gotta go to a hotel, bruh. Go to a hotel.
That's true. That's true.
There's a hotel. There's a hotel on 14th and 10th called Liberty Inn. You feel what I'm saying? That's the spot. These niggas, I should have a fucking plaque on that wall. How many times I've been in that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But that's the spot. It's called Liberty Inn, 14th and 10th. You feel what I'm saying? That's the joint. You feel me? So if you go to the city to meet the chick, take her to a spot in that area, get some drinks. You feel her out a little bit, y'all kissing, y'all doing all that. Be like, yo, let's go to this spot over here real quick, and then you get it in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but let me ask you a question then. So then now, like, typically, like I said, like, the funny thing about it is a lot of times dates go wrong. You know what I'm saying? But what I realized too is that, like, when I reach into trying to make anything happen, like, it's funny because they'll do shit first. Like, I'm the type of person that I'm asking questions, I'm trying to, like, feel the vibe or whatever, and they're the ones that usually initiate. Like, they'll touch my leg if we're talking or they're laughing or whatever it may be, and it's like the moment I go for anything physical, it's like, whoa, they back up, like, what? So it's like, does that have anything to do? You feel like because they feel I'm away from material that they're hesitant? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because you're presenting your situation in this way, because what it is that when they see you or they're interacting with you, they're looking at you. Again, you got to understand something. Women put us in categories the same way we put them in categories. So, like, for example, let's say you was talking to some girl and, she was a stripper. You didn't even know she was a stripper yet, but you was at a bar, y'all was just talking, you found out she was a stripper, and she's, like, licking her lips at you and being very sexual towards you. You're going to think, damn, I'm going to fuck this chick, tonight. Like, let me see if I can get this shit popping tonight. But let's say you meet another girl who just came from Bible study, you feel what I'm saying? And she's just getting a drink with her friends. You're probably not going to think, oh, let me fuck this girl tonight because she just came from Bible study. You see what I'm saying? So based off of how she's presenting herself, that's going to give you a thought of, oh, shit, this one right here, she's sort of slutty. I could probably fuck her in the bathroom. This one right here, I might have to, like, take some time with this girl. It's just the vibe. So you're giving off the vibe of, like, the Bible study girl. You see what I'm saying? So when the chick meets you, she likes you, but she's like, I can't, like, because for women, what in their minds is, usually what happens is for most women, when they fuck a guy, that's the end. It's over. Like, so, like, if a chick, let's say in a month, if a chick fucks, like, 7 guys, 6 of them are not going to call her back again. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how it is in a lot of situations. Not all the time, but most of the time.
In my mind, I'm thinking, like, it's, in my mind, I'm thinking it's a kiss. Like, that's what I'm going for. I'm not, like, we're not even talking about anything. So, like, damn, is the game that bad out here where the girls trying to, like, the girls lead dudes on for a first kiss or whatever? Like,
so you saying like a kiss while y'all are on the date, or like a goodbye kiss? What are you talking about?
Like, no, a kiss while we're on the date.
And so, like, but also too, it could it could also be, how you're escalating the situation too. That could also be it too. So, like, because if you're trying to kiss the girl at a time where it doesn't flow, that sometimes throws it off too. You see what I'm saying? So it's still a flow. So this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're talking to her, y'all laughing, y'all joking, everything's cool. You start flirting with her heavy. Y'all get closer into each other. You understand what I'm saying? It's like your face is, you know what I'm saying, this close to her face is real close. then it's like, okay, I'm going in for that kiss. But if you're like, you know, a foot away from her, and then you try to like just lean in real quick and just grab, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It gets kind of awkward. So it's still a flow. You see what I'm saying? It still should flow easily into the situation. You see what I'm saying? Or what you can do is, you know, like I talked about this in my program, Step Up Your Dating Game, which all you guys should get on MrLocario.com when you buy the Bad Boy Guide to Dating. But anyway, there's a point where I was talking about where you could do stuff like, let's say you're talking to a girl and you say, yo, you got some really nice lips. And then she'll be like, oh, thanks, or whatever. You're like, all right, close your eyes. I'm about to kiss you. You see what I'm saying? Like, shit like that you could do. You see what I mean? And then so it's sort of moving it into that direction. You see what I'm saying? To make it a little bit easier for you to make that happen. You see what I mean? So it's still a flow in any way you do it. You know, whether you're saying it, whether the vibe is just there and you're just doing it at that moment while it's flowing in that situation. You see what I mean? Because this is the thing. A lot of times if I'm on a date with a chick and I'll take her to get a drink or whatever, and I'm sitting next to her, I already got my arm around her. She's like really close into me, and then so I just like sort of grab her by the back of her neck and just pull her into me and I kiss her. But it flows with the situation because I already have my arm around her. She's already all up on me. You feel what I'm saying? And so that at that moment it flows. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that they don't want to, you know, they want to kiss you. It could just be in a situation where, because while you're about to kiss her, like, do you have her like hugged up on you?
Yeah, they're usually close. You know what I'm saying? Like, they usually, you know, it's like they're literally in my face. Like, you know, this one, the last day we had, like, she's literally like right next to me. We're close and everything. She's looking at me. Matter of fact, and the funny story is, this last one, she was talking about wanting to fucking learn, what's it called again? She wanted to learn pole. She wanted to take pole dancing lessons. So she starts taking the conversation there. So I start to explore that, and we start talking about this whole thing about the pole dance and whatever it may be, and then we start flirting, and then that's the, you know, and I feel like, okay, that's an indicator. But then when I went in to make a move, she looked at me like she's not, you know, she's like, oh, I don't really want this to happen or something.
So what did she say? What did she say when you did that?
She was basically, when I went in, she was just like, nah. She's like, oh no. She's like, you know, she was like, basically, she was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? She's like, we're like, we were just having a conversation or something, some shit. Like, usually in moments like that, I would just walk away. I got immediately just shut everything down.
Right.
But I didn't because at the time we were like in the park. Like, you walked fucking far in the park, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta walk back anyway, whatever, babe. So and from there, it just was awkward as fuck. And basically, you know, that was the thing. Like, she wasn't really willing to make anything happen.
And so wait, so you said this happened while y'all was in the park?
Yeah.
This is so wait, so y'all went to go eat and then y'all went to the park.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, these chicks, she done ate all the food, spent all that time, and then she's again. Chicks will do this again when they're presented with a situation where it seems boyfriendy. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm telling you, you got to get way more just sexual and aggressive in a situation where it's not extended like this. Because this is the thing. It's, you know, if you're having drinks with a chick at night and you're being sexual with her, and this is like the first things that's going on, this is more going down the road of sex. You see what I'm saying? And being sexual. But if you're like, the first thing you do is you and a girl going out to eat and shit, you feel what I'm saying? It's not really a sexual vibe. You understand what I'm saying? And again, you said and what time did you go to eat with this chick?
It probably at that point was probably like 4 or 5.
That's what I'm saying.
Went to the park, it was like 6 o'clock.
Exactly,
so
and it's still light outside, right? The sun is still out. All that other shit. That's what I'm saying. Because on a subconscious level, nighttime makes people think of bed, sex. You see what I'm saying? If it's in the middle of the day, it's harder to do that shit sometimes. Now you could get a chick in the middle of the day, whatever. But what I'm saying is that your whole setup is not there for sex. This is what I'm trying to say. You got to set the shit up for sex. You got to meet them at 9 o'clock. You got to take them to get a drink somewhere that's real nice and intimate and dark. You got to, you know what I'm saying, get close, talk. You know what I mean? You have to have that whole thing because that's going to make it more towards sex. If you're talking to a chick and you guys eating at 4 in the afternoon at Chipotle, that's not really, you know what I'm saying? And that's something you do after you've been.
The vibe is not.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can do that shit after you've been fucking this chick for a while. Then y'all can go to Chipotle and chill. But on the first date, nah, you gotta keep that shit sexy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and another. Sorry, I got one more question. I know I have to go and call in, but the other last question I had too was what I find was that like with Tinder and fucking Bumble and all this other shit, like I'm pretty decent at being able to set up and make things happen. But obviously, the problem I'm having is like I don't fucking want to waste my time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, most of the time I end up getting in my whip, driving to meet these chicks. Then, like what you said, we would go out to some cheap, you know, situation. I would never come out of my pocket and spend a lot of money on anything. Usually Chipotle, it's just a slice of pizza. But my whole thing is, like, what's a way where you could be able to just, like, pull, like, immediately be, like, is it smart to just say what you want right up front? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there a way to just FaceTime girls, like, go from getting them off Tinder, FaceTime them, and then to the spot like that? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could do that too. That's what I'm saying. You could definitely do that too. Just so instead of having to necessarily go on a date or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you get a chick's information, be like, hey, listen, you know, let's like, you know, when you free, so we could just FaceTime real quick, and then when you FaceTiming her, while you're talking, that's when you can say, hey, listen, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm like extremely attracted to you, and I would love for us to like, you know, like I said in the last call, I was like, I would love for us to get together. We could go get a drink real quick, and then after that, I know this nice hotel on 14th and 10th called the Liberty Inn. I want to take you to that spot. You feel what I'm saying? And so now she's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So then when you go to meet her, you go get that drink real quick. You take her right back to the hotel and get it popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And that's what you got to do.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm going to do that, though. I appreciate it.
All right, man. I'm a holler.
Right.
Peace. Later.
All right, peace.
Yeah, man. You guys can't be taking these girls on these afternoon lunches and shit. Oh, man. You say that shit for when, you know, y'all been fucking around for a minute. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
This is Locario. What's happening, man? It's Jack Runner. How's it going?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, okay, so I called you about like 2 months ago or a month ago when you had a different live show, and I told you I was fucking getting caught up in like, oh, I want some shots to my ex, blah, blah. And as a good fucking mentor, you were like, don't do that shit. Lock the fuck up. So I've been going through some shit, bro. Shit's been popping. Shit's been good. I appreciate it so much. So, like, one thing I want to kind of stay on tap with like your overall topic is I had this girl that I hooked up with like a week and a half ago. I got super comfortable and kind of fucked up and started talking to her about like my past relationship. But I got too comfortable where I wasn't putting it in a very like positive light, like something being like completely honest about other things that I wasn't. Now, my sticking points from that is to typically kind of keep your mouth shut. Like, if it ain't positive, it ain't making you look good, kind of don't really talk about that shit. Just kind of keep it to yourself. Am I on the same? Are we on the same page on that?
Nah, I feel you.
Okay, perfect. So, one thing, I'm about to sign up for your Bad Boy membership, because that's a necessity. I think a lot of guys that are listening to this stuff, man, a lot of the trolls, all that stuff, I'm going to be 100% with the audience. Listen to what the fuck Locario is talking about. When it comes to approach, when it comes to your energy, and like the big thing that you keep talking about is your energy, like how you feel about yourself, like in that moment. So like really kind of flux with that. Like my thing is that I've learned is to like have fun. Like I want to have fun and turn this into a fun interaction. So I'm not thinking about all the extra BS that kind of comes with like, oh, what does she think about me? Like if I'm approaching the situation with, hey, I'm about to have fun with this. That's a way I deal with any kind of like weird energy. We're on the same page?
Right.
Well, cool. So I got a date tonight, and I'm clearly about to handle business as I need to, but really, man, I've honestly called you thank you, man. You've been, ever since I got that call and you told me just let that shit go and get my numbers up and go start approaching, it's been stupid. Like,
that's what's up.
Stupid, dude.
That's what's up.
I'm Cali, so
Nah, that's what's up, bro. Because so now you getting like more shit popping with these chicks, right?
Dude, yeah. Like, all right. Okay, so a chick I'm hitting up from Tinder tonight. We did. I took your advice and did like a quick. It's on like one of your old videos or one of your old live streams that you did where you talked about a situation where you had a girl FaceTime you real quick and you just did like a little miniature FaceTime date. Did that with this one chick and like we set up the date for today, but that we FaceTime on like Monday. From Monday to today, she's sending me snaps, she's hitting me up, she's saying good morning to me and all this shit, like super responsive.
Right.
Like in the place where you want her. So it's just these little things, man, that you don't realize. It's just like I can't even explain this shit, man. It's like you got the tuxedo on, but you as a dating coach come by and be like, hey, pull your lapel in.
Right.
Hey, straighten up the tie a little bit. And then you go out and shit just like pop extra for you.
Nah, real talk. But see, the stuff you talking about now. That's because you're actually experiencing the game because you actually are doing the things. This is why I be trying to tell guys. I'm like, yo, a lot of times guys are not getting to where they want to go, or they don't make anything happen because they're not putting themselves out there and actually applying this situation. So when you apply it, you start to see the things fall into place. You see what I'm saying? Because even with myself, where I still go out, I still see other women, I still interact with other chicks, and it's like there's a lot more stuff that I see and that I learn as I go along with dealing with situations. This is why I got damn near almost up to 3,000 videos on YouTube. You understand? And the reason why is because it's like putting myself out there to experiment and do certain things and work with certain people. So it's like once you're in it and once you're because it's one thing to watch information, but it's another thing to apply information. So when you apply information, you start to see it firsthand and you start to experience it. And the experience that you're experiencing right now the feeling you have can only happen through experience. And this is why I try to tell the guys. You see what I'm saying? So
all right, what fucks me up is like I went to a fucking pool party last week and it was mainly like a sausage fest around some homies that I haven't hung out with for a hot minute. And I'm telling my ex-boys that they're like, dude, you fucking happy? Like, why are you so happy? Like, you just got a relationship 6 months ago. Like, what's going on? My roommate knows what's up because he sees me fucking either going out or bringing some rods back.
Right.
I'm just like, dude, I'm deep in this shit right now. And one thing that fucks me up is I watched one of your videos with Miles like a while back. It's how you can tell when dudes aren't getting ass, and have one of my homies being like, yeah, right, you ain't hitting up all these chicks.
Right, exactly.
Get these receipts. And I just looked at him dead in his eyes, and I'm like, you piss poor son of a gun. Like,
nah, that's what I'm saying. They don't understand. I'm telling you, it's funny seeing dudes who, it's like, I'm telling you, you could tell, like, this is the funny part. I can tell, like, this is the stupid shit. Because I on YouTube, there's a lot of people out here talking a lot of different shit. I look at message boards and everything, and I can tell the guys who really understand the game. I can tell the guys who really been through some shit. I can tell the guys who actually got shit going. And then I can also tell the guys who don't really know anything, but they're just sort of stealing other people's stuff, regurgitating other shit, you feel what I'm saying? And they're not really, you know what I'm saying, about what they're about. You feel what I'm saying?
I do. Like, honestly, man, you had a caller on a show like 3 or 4 months ago that talked about like you, Ron Wills, ARC, and one other cat being like the 4 elements that you need to learn and master. Deadass, like I learned how to really just kind of tell a chick what's on your mind. Okay, so oh my god, okay, so the chick that I hooked up with a week and a half ago, I pulled some ARC shit. I fucking pulled her aside, started whispering in her left ear, just all kinds of fucking just degenerate shit. Basically like all the sexual shit that you would read out of a romance novel.
Right.
She was down. And then fucking immediately hit me up and was just like down to get it popping that fucking night. Like she was flirting with some other cat and she just wasn't down. And I'm trying to like help dudes flirt with her, like, hey, y'all gotta exchange numbers and blah blah blah. Wasn't doing shit. And I'm like, I pull her close and I'm like, he ain't doing it right. And I just fucking started whispering in her ear and fucking a couple nights later we're fucking like
that's what's up. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I love to hear when dudes is getting it in. You feel what I'm saying? I love to hear that shit.
Get out of your own way. Like stop that when you think that some shit's not about to pop off. Like shut tell your mind, tell whatever that part of your mind is to be like, just like it's like a bet with yourself. Like, watch, bet. Let me try it anyway. Like, you think I can't do it? Like that self-doubt that's happening. Let me see if I can do it anyway. Let me just put in that like 1% extra of effort and see this shit. Because at the end of the day, like, if you don't do that shit, you're gonna get turned down, or she's gonna think you're too scared, or you're not showing up completely congruently as you should be showing up, or you're gonna get that shit popping. She's gonna be down. She's gonna be like, oh, that was bold. Oh, that was forward, and she's gonna be down. So like, the biggest thing, man, is like not thinking that you're not good enough to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, and that transmits into all parts of your life. From like this workout shit that I'm doing, I'm on some like Apollo Creed workout tips, and my work's going well, and it's a holistic thing, man. That core confidence that you and Miles talk about, it's mindset, and you don't have to go through some weird like shamanic journey to get there. It's
right.
Just, you have that moment with yourself to where you either want this shit to go down, and you want it for you, and not for any external reasons, or you're going to continue to listen to that voice in your head that says, like, you can't have that shit. And guess what? You're not going to have it.
Exactly. That's real facts, man. Yo, dude, I appreciate the call, my dude. I appreciate you, calling, letting these cats know what it is, man. All right? I'm a holler, man.
Thank you, bro. Easy.
All right, be safe. Peace. All right, people. So I got to get out of here. I'm actually going to I'm going to see Tariq Nasheed's Hidden Colors 5 screening tonight. So I gotta get ready for that. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, let me shout out to all the people in the chat, man. Theo CM, Bevar was popping. Jack Runner, shout out to you, bro. Jake from London, what up? Simple Sean, shout out to you. Who else we got in here? Venom Speak, Ras James, Staying Ready, Chris B, Kepra SH, shout out to you. For Life One Deep, Money 101. Who else? Malcolm M. Tito Smiles, Easy Accept. Who else? Jay Gottables, what up? Who else? Chuck Watts, Costas was in the building. Matty Champ. Big Stain. Who else? Louis Siana, what up with you? Kenwood Drive, Critical Mike in the building. Jeffrey Cunningham, what up? Who else is up in here? O'Dammy was in the building. Marriage and Marijuana, what up? Ross Goldberg, Dwight Howard. Who else? Daniel Johannes. Who else is up in here? Man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember to get the shirt. I'd rather thrive than survive. #hustle. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get that. Go to normalbrands.com. The link is going to be in the description. Also, make sure you guys get the book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. Make sure you guys get that. All right? So I'm out of here, people. I will see you guys again probably on Monday. All right? But remember, always Friday. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.